So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honour to be with you as the Next Century Foundation's newest trustee. And I'm truly humbled by the inspiration that's shown in this room today. As a diplomat, I've spent my life in conflict zones. I'm currently back in the Foreign Office, so out of the danger zones that many of you are risking your lives in, much more than I ever have to as a diplomat. I'm very fortunate. But it's a real inspiration to hear your stories and the determination that you show. I have three tasks today. In a moment, I will be introducing the first of our two Lifetime Achievement winners. But first, I'm going to need your help with two things. The first is to see if we can make some other people feel guilty, or perhaps avoid them from feeling guilty but feeling generous, because there is clearly more that we can do. There's certainly more that I can do, and William has obviously introduced me just after mentioning some of the things that I failed to do as part of the British government, despite efforts. So next year I hope that we will have both our Gaza and Syrian nominees present. That is one of my commitments. But there's much more that I'm afraid I need you to do, and that as trustees we need you to do. Because if you believe, as William does, and William ever so passionately, and that's, I think, why we're all here in this room. But if you believe as William does, and you believe as I do, that there is something that we can do, and we must remember, as people have said, the very long list of journalists who have died, but we must also remember the children and others who have died. I find it very emotional as we recount these stories, because it brings back those who have been lost, as I saw others of you have experienced, who are no longer with us. But we need to find ways to support William in doing what he does so well, which is bringing people together across conflict divides and to promote peace. But in order to do that, it's really a critical time where we need your help to identify generous sponsors like the Aramea Foundation, who can support the Next Century Foundation and the crucial work that William and the team do, including these awards. So please, let me, let William, let any of the trustees know if you have ideas of people who have the vision to provide more support. My second key and request for help is that we don't get too depressed. But that's going to be difficult because, as William said, I'm now turning to a subject where it's not just about conflict, which is hard enough, but actually takes us into an even harder set of challenges, the nexus between the environment and conflict. And as William mentioned, the charity that my mother and I set up, Kids for Kids, that helps children in Darfur, has enabled me to see firsthand the devastating impact of both conflict and environment in how we see the tragedy that is Darfur today. There, of course, we know that climate change has been one of the key factors in the genesis of the conflict. And while no child should have to walk 14 hours across the sand to collect water, of course, as desertification hits and impacts even more, those situations get much worse. And that is, of course, partly what placed some of the communities first in such a harsh desert environment under such pressure and left so many people vulnerable to prompts to violence. It is, of course, also one of the key reasons why so many have been not just drawn in, but also so many displaced. But I've also seen, through Kids for Kids, the power of the environment, how by planting trees we can stabilise not just the desert, but also help families stay in their homes and withstand the worst excesses of conflict. So it's my huge pleasure, the third of my three tasks, to introduce an individual who is Britain's longest serving environmental correspondent, and who's been a pioneer of green journalism for over 40 years, long before such journalism became a part of mainstream media coverage. And they've written in a wide range of British and international newspapers and journals. And throughout their career, this outstanding, fearless, but also humble journalist has provided a vital, yet authoritative counterview to the arguments that so many of us have heard those who are climate change deniers and global warming rejectionists put forward. And so passionate are they that, like William, they actually have done much of their work at their own financial expense. And as in Darfur, so elsewhere, climate change threatens so severely to reduce natural resources, particularly in the Middle East and Africa, that this is actually going to result in even further conflict, as they have shown. And this is why outstanding green journalists, such as our winner tonight, deserve recognition. And the winner is...
Our daughter who's just left Oxford was quite determined that Dad should not help her in anything. There was only one issue she allowed me to help her with the revision on, and that was on environmental chemistry. And I started reading this book out to her, asking her questions. I suddenly burst out laughing, because they're all the issues that I and others have been fighting over the years: lead in petrol, acid rain, asbestos, all things I've talked about, many more. They were all down there in the blasted textbook. All these issues we were denounced by all the leading scientists at the time, always we said were bunkum. 10 years later it turned up in the textbook that my child was using to study for her exams.
The winner is Geoffrey.
Another one had not the slightest idea why I was here. I don't quite know how to follow Lise and how to add to what she said unnecessarily, as it turns out, about the Lifetime Achievement Award. I think the nearest I've come to this is when John Snow once introduced me to the conference as the long-time serving environment correspondent. All I can think of to say, I hope that is long-time serving and not long-time serving journalist. But I'm very touched also what was said before about recognising the environment as the cause and driver of conflict, because that is what it is in many ways and what it's increasingly will become. And I'm grateful too because none of us face the incredible things that so many other journalists here have faced, not least the awful list we saw at the beginning of the evening. Environmental journalism is under attack as well. There are now, and the winds are very strong against us at the moment in Britain. There are 10 climate skeptic journalists, columnists writing for the daily papers at the moment. 2 years ago there were 4 of us on the other side. 3 of us have since been fired. We're now down to 1. And this is a time when the world, all the nations of the world, have reached the Paris Agreements, have reached the Sustainable Development Goals, when the majority of new power being built every year is renewable, and the whole world is changing very fast indeed. It's utterly unsustainable and it won't last. But I am at the end of my career and I've had 50 very good years, which is pretty good. But my respect is to the young ones, very often young women in their 20s, who are courageously going into this field now and really fighting against these headwinds to get their voices heard. And that's really where the respect, and it's only for a Lifetime Achievement Award, I suppose, but where the award should be going at the moment, rather than the old codgers like me. But one thing I would respond to is I don't think the situation is done. Things are changing incredibly fast. I read yesterday India closed down 37 coal mines because of the strength of solar energy in India. And India was the country we're most worried about. China has already peaked its use of coal and of carbon dioxide. The world is changing incredibly fast. We really have a chance to crack this one. And what I'd like to do, and I'm struggling with, and would like all your help to work out how to do, is how to get the stories of this amazing change that's happening, the biggest change since the Industrial Revolution, almost entirely unreported, into hard journalistic terms that will carry in the media. I find that when I was able to do so, when I had a commentator from time to time, these were the most effective, these were the most popular things I wrote, the things that got the biggest response. And, but we are hardwired as journalists against propaganda, and rightly so. So we have to find a way of doing it hard, journalistic, terms, and that's what I like to struggle with in the however many years I've got in my career. Thanks very much indeed.